We are appreciated, ultra hydrated, glazed and glowing, confidence overflowing. Vaseline lotions, 90% more moisture for my one-of-a-kind skin. And there's no other skin I want.
From Cleveland's most accurate weather team, this is 19 First Alert Plus. Sponsored by the man that makes them pay, Tim Misney.
It's snowing out. All right, thanks. That was your First Alert forecast. Just kidding. We have a lot more to talk about, but the fact that it is snowing and semi-gross out there. Erica Page is joining for our First Alert forecast. Erica, I pulled off the lower that we usually have on there because I like to give people a view of the conditions. Actually looks okay.
Yeah.
Considering, but it is interesting. You cannot see the skyline, anything like that. What does that mean?
Yeah, so really what's happening is we're getting this fine, more system-like snow moving through. The bulk energy of it passing well to our south, so we're kind of on the northern end of it. And we are starting to see conditions improve from northwest to southeast, so that is good news for us. But I would anticipate still some slick road conditions tonight. We saw a ton of accidents just a couple of hours ago, pretty much all across northeast Ohio. Because temperatures are into the 20s, a lot of that snow is going to stick. It's going to reduce visibility if it's coming down at a heavier clip at times. So it does make for some pretty messy travel conditions across our area. And I would anticipate that we're still going to at least be dealing with slick roads by early tomorrow morning. Some of them could be snow covered, obviously owing to a little bit more of those slick road conditions, but also then we're transitioning from system snow then eventually to some more lake effect snow. So we're not totally out of the woods just yet with this system, but we are starting to see part one come to a close, and then we'll eventually see part two really start to ramp up as we go through the overnight tonight. So I'm going to kind of break down what we're tracking here over the next several hours. You'll notice temperatures staying into the 20s. That is going to be a contributing factor for us to see those less than ideal road conditions by early tomorrow morning. We have decided to keep the 19 First Alert weather day going through midday tomorrow. Once we get past midday, we should really start to see conditions improving more considerably across the area. But if you live, say, in Coshocton, Tuscarawas counties, you know that you got that alert earlier this evening, I should say, with the winter storm warning that's in effect. Upwards of 4 to 7 inches have fallen, and there was one specific band that likely owed to some of those higher snowfall totals in some spots. We still have the winter weather advisory in effect for Carroll County that goes for 2 to 4 inches of snow possible, but we're really starting to see more dry air feed into the back of this system, the main energy of it passing down to our south, and then what we're going to have to watch, and you can kind of see it up towards our northwest, this is going to be that northwesterly direction of our winds that's going to help give us a little bit more of that lake effect as we go through the day tomorrow. So quick look at future view. System snow exits here within the next about 2 to 3 hours or so, and then we'll start to see that lake effect taking over through the overnight. This will be feast or famine for folks depending on where you're at here across northeast Ohio. Some folks may not see any snow as we go through the day tomorrow. Others, you may be able to pick up a quick 1, 2, maybe even 3+ inches in some spots. It really just depends on if we can get a more persistent band to get going through the overnight, even early tomorrow morning, which may contribute to some additional snowfall for us to get the weekend started.
All right, Erica, we're going to take a quick break, come back, take a look at that 7-day.
Cool.
I've represented families just like yours for over 4 decades. Listen, if you need me, call me. You know I'll be there for you, and I'll make them pay. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye out for you.
All right, and we're back.
Yeah, so your 7-day forecast not looking terrible for us. Tomorrow's certainly going to be a cold one, temperatures into the 20s. One thing to mention too about both Saturday as well as Sunday, it is going to be very windy. So with that wind factored in with that air temperature for tomorrow, anticipate it to feel more so like the teens as we go through the day. We will start to see some gradual improvements Sunday into early this next week. You'll notice Tuesday, Wednesday, temperatures back into the 50s. It's going to feel very spring-like, but then we get another system that comes through and it kind of helps to knock down that temperature a bit more by the end of the work week. Good news is latest guidance says, you know what, we may not be dealing with that cold air for long. It looks like by next weekend we start to see another jump in our temperatures as we stay relatively active as we approach the end of February, but just a couple opportunities here and there over the next 7 to 10 days where we could see some rain or even some snow. We should see quite a bit of dry time kind of mixing in between all these different systems.
All right, Erica, we will see you coming up on 19 News. Thanks so much.
Yep, thank you.
And that is it for your First Alert forecast. 19 News, 10 o'clock to CW, 11 o'clock on CBS.
19 News, now streaming on Samsung Smart TV. Search for channel 10.